Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Brutal Flake podcast. I'm your co-host, Twital.
And Sugarflake, that one melopony that talks about random stuff on YouTube. And we also have.
Hello, I'm Nashi. I'm both an artist and a streamer within the community. And I suppose you can say my main goal is I just want to create a safe space for everyone around me who could need it.
Yeah.
So, actually, you're a streamer, correct?
Yeah, I am.
And a pony artist. Ah, all right. Yeah. So, is that like your broad introduction of yourself?
That about summarizes myself up pretty well, I think.
Okay. Basically, for the first question, well, because if we're gonna ask like questions, how did you got into the fandom?
So that is probably one of the funniest stories I have. So I joined the fandom from early 2012. I've been here a long time. And the events that led to me watching the show were literally me seeing all the pony spam that happened like late 2011, early 2012, and me going up to my girlfriend at the time. I say at the time, we're still together, but I went up to my girlfriend. I'm like, do you know why there's suddenly just My Little Pony everywhere? And she responds with, I think there's a new show or something, and that was literally all it took for me to look it up, and now here I am obsessed with ponies 14 years later.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
just
how
so
it.
easy to just so easy for ponies to get into your life that easily. It's infectious.
It do be like that sometimes, I'll be honest. Yeah. It's like, whoa, like, wait, why is it so colorful all of a sudden? MLP G4, that's why.
Exactly.
So here's like a slightly follow-up question, which isn't really a part of like the whole big question, but I'm actually curious and asking, how are you planning on staying in the fandom for like a good while?
I'm taking the ponies to my grave.
That's how it should be, all right?
Yeah, I think I'll do the same thing. Yeah, I'll do the same thing. Again, I already told, like Blue and other people, like, hey, if I ever leave the fandom, I leave my plushies, I leave everything to these people. This is the list. And yeah, no, but like, I mean, I've been in this fandom for 20 years, so I don't see myself leaving anytime soon. And honestly, even if the show, like, let's say that G6 sucks, okay? Even if that sucks, I'll be honest, I don't think we need a show so the community continues. I think the fandom can continue just with the community. At least that's my opinion.
Oh yeah, that's actually a talking point that I have heard a lot, and I always say, if the show ended at season 3 like it was originally planned, the fandom probably would have been dead. But because by that time, most fandom creators, like musicians, artists, animators, they were all like always super attached to the events happening in the show. Like 90% of the fandom's creations around that time were just in reference to something that happened in the show or something. But like by the time we got to like season 5, the fandom had a major shift towards OCS, or like still using the canon characters but in a more original way. So we've far outgrown the need to keep having more canon material in order to stick around.
Yeah, which I was gonna say, what you mean by if the show ended in season 3? I mean, the show did end in season 3. I mean, the Japanese dub is just 3 seasons. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm sorry. I forget. The Japanese dub doesn't exist. It was all a myth. It's not real. It cannot hurt you. But yeah,
It's a shared delusion for millions of people.
yeah, but like what you say, Nashi, yeah, it's absolutely true. Okay, I'll say this. I don't know. Okay, I'll say this. It's probably nostalgia talking, but you know, the first 3 seasons are like, in my opinion, at least in the fandom, one of the most like amazing, but also wild and kind of out of control moments in just the entirety of MLPG4, like the fandom.
Yeah.
And yeah, and okay, I'll be honest. When you know, from season 4 to season 4 to the end of the show, it was less about the jokes and you know, like, oh, you know, if that episode is funny or like how this relates to this character, and more about like what's gonna happen next. It's more serialized. And yeah, that, and also the inclusion of like you said, like either OC characters or more like fandom characters like Derpy, Vinyl, Dr. Hooves, Octavia, going into more canon and and having more fleshed out stories. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's weird, but you know, that's why you have like the golden era, the silver era, the bronze era, and the copper era of MLPG4. Yeah.
Oh, wait until okay, that implies there's going to be a diamond era and a netherite era.
That would be rare. I mean, question: will G6 be the diamond era, or it would be
G6
worse?
is going to be the next buzzword for the next 2 years. Oh my god.
Yeah. But okay, yeah.
Alright, Sugarflake, would you ask the next question?
Okay. Nashi, this is a question that I've been dying to know more in depth. How did you get inspired to create your character designs for your OCs?
So for those people who know me quite well, I have multiple nicknames, including the OC Whisperer, the OC Doctor, or my favorite one, the OC Factory. Because I have, let me check my list. I have 139 OCs right now, just for Pony.
Jesus. Nashi, do you have a fanfic?
I do not have a fanfic.
So all of those are just OCs that you have on hand. Just like, hey guys, I like this OC. There you go.
I do have lore for them all, though.
Yeah.
But yeah. So how ideas come to me for OCs? Some of them are like very lasered in from the start, like with my my Sona right now, Mooney, Blood Moon. She was originally made back in 2014 as a joke first. But then I ended up loving her and actually fleshing her out, and she ended up becoming my Sona because I loved her so much. But the reason why she is, a pastel white and pink and just like the most airheaded innocent cinnamon roll you can imagine is because I was tired of seeing 99.9% bat ponies at the time being all dark and edgy and serious. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to give her a very stereotypical edgy sounding name, Blood Moon, but then I am going to make her the absolute opposite of what you expect from when you hear that name. And that's how she was born. So most of my OCs tend to just come out of my wandering mind of like, oh, hey, I think this would be neat, or I think this would, I like this, or sometimes they're inspired by other people's works, like the Equestria War mod for Hearts of Iron 4. I have a few OCs that are inspired by the countries I like to play in there. Or sometimes it literally goes, I hear a combination of two words and I go, that would make a good pony name.
You know what? That's valid. Absolutely valid. Although in my case, I'm not entirely like that. Although I do that sometimes. It happened with one of my OCs that actually that happened to.
Sugarflake. Your name is 2 words in 1 word.
Yeah.
Sugarflake.
Yeah, but like it wasn't supposed to. I mean, my name, it has lore, okay? It's not just, well, this is very neat, like sugar and flake, that's it. No, it's actually, it has a purpose why I'm called Sugarflake. But okay, I was gonna say, aside of that, no, like, I don't know, like nowadays a lot of people get stuck while they're designing their OCs. I mean, and I'm not saying that designing an OC is easy, of course not. Like, especially for me, like designing a lot of characters now. I'm going upwards of like 50 to 80 characters that I need to at least draw, or like actually do a concept art, because I want to do a fanfic. Okay, and in the fanfic there's going to be a lot of characters. I mean, for example, one of them being like, for example, well, the thing is, like, my fanfic deals with like light and darkness, so a lot of the characters might be, like a reflection of like good and evil, but a lot of the character designs goes into, what they had to deal with, and that's one of the beauty of character designs, is like something that people don't realize is, especially in character design, you need first, if your design can, just tell the story of your character, or like at least hinted, I think that's great character design, and a lot of people don't do that while designing their OCs.
Your personality determines everything about how you carry yourself, how you style, how you present yourself to the world. So like, I always start with the physical design second. It wouldn't make sense to create a pony with like, nice done up curly rarity hair, but then she has the personality of Rainbow Dash.
Yeah.
Finally someone who gets it.
Exactly.
And one thing I always try to do with my OCs is I try to give them at least one accessory somewhere, typically more, but at least one, because one, for the physical design, because unless you're drawing an anthro pony who should be wearing clothes, you don't, like, your character has just like this big swath of one single color, which is their coat color, and so accessories can help break that up. And then also it double times as just another thing to show off their personality to others just by looking at them.
Yeah, which I was gonna say, like, okay, at least in my opinion, I mean, of course, if you're doing an anthro character, yeah, accessories are a great way to, spice up the design. But something again, a lot of people don't do, or at least I don't see a lot of people doing nowadays, is that another way to, have a more interesting OC, or just like a better design as a whole, is to use either gradients or maybe patterns in your OC. You know? Yeah, like for example, I had the idea of an OC called Candy Cloud, and he is supposed to be like, a literal cloud pony that has like also like colors of cotton candy. But like, it was weird designing that, because I was like, okay, how do I do that? And then I said, okay, patterns and gradients. He has like one side blue and then pink, and in the middle is white, so representing, candy and also a cloud, without going into full on like ice, or like, okay, that's bright pink.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's one thing I like to say is uh there's complex character designs, and then there's loud or busy character designs. Having a complex character design is perfectly fine, but having a busy one is where the problems lie.
Well,
Where it's like there's so much going on with the character that your eyes don't know where to land on.
Yeah, but I wasn't saying like I mean, basic character designs can work, but you need to have a balance between what you're trying to, like what you're trying to, what your OC is trying to say, or like express to the design, because yeah, well, like what you're saying is completely true. Yeah, but like a basic, again, an OC can be as simple as like 2 colors or as complex as like 10 or 15 colors, but the middle ground is you need to make your OC, vivid, understandable, but also memorable. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. And well, that's the thing, is like it's difficult to have that balance, especially with like fantasy characters, because Nashi, a lot of people, when they're designing fantasy characters, they want them to be like these, like unstoppable badasses, but in reality what makes a great fantasy design is just your creativity. I think that's my opinion on that topic.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And one thing that I always like to say when it comes to helping someone like make a more rounded character, like, is specifically the episode Stairmaster from season 1, where, like, yes, we have the main 6, they've saved the world, and they will go to save the world more times than that, but Twilight literally loses a fight to a cockatrice. It doesn't matter how important your character is, how much they accomplished. It's always possible for them to be taken down by the smallest thing.
Yeah, true. And I mean, another thing is, Nashi, I mean, something I'm playing right now with a lot of my newer OCs is, because the thing is, and this might sound crazy to like a lot of people, but like, I don't know why recently I've liked the idea of having a lot of characters that begin with, like maybe as very cute or very simple, but they can kind of like develop, and while they're developing they can unlock either new abilities or new designs, and this plays into their story. Yeah, like I have a character called Rocket Pop, which is like this, like
name.
yeah, it's a candy OC. He's a hellhound, but like he begins as like this little cutesy, like wall-eyed character, and something I like about him is that in the process of his story, he goes from this like innocent, shy, very like timid character to being more confident, and at one point even being corrupted by his own like realization that he not only wants to do good but also wants revenge, and I don't know, it's just like a character that grows, not character design like literally like character in his story, like, yeah, because a character development. A character can grow in that department, but like a character that literally grows and changes design, either for the better or worse. I think that's a concept at least again, I don't see a lot of people do, but I find it very interesting. Yeah.
Well, can I pitch in like my own thing? Because what's it? You see my own OC, the one that I use, basically the face of what I use. Twital, the OC. Originally, like at the very beginning of the OC creation, they didn't know how to fly, like, and they didn't have a cutie mark. They were okay. And then was it over time I made a cutie mod for them, and then they learned how to fly over time, and that was the whole wall thing. And I think I started to implement that around early this year for the entirety of when I started using them, which was mid 2024 or September, I guess. No, it was already mid, but yeah, around that area. So yeah, so that's how I okay, that was kind of unintentional, but yeah, I do see the idea of adding in real time character development for your characters.
Yeah. It's just I just find that very interesting, and it's a shame that a lot of people don't do it. Hopefully more people would do it. I just find the concept interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What would that look like for your OCs if you guys haven't done that already?
Oh.
So,
Okay, you go, Nashi. Yeah.
so I have had some OCs change over time, not just oh, I don't like this design anymore, I want to change it, but actual lore stuff, like Sugarflake was saying. So one thing that I've always had an affinity for, I think my brain uses it as a coping mechanism for stuff I went through as a kid and a teenager, but I've always really liked the gothic horror monsters, like vampires, werewolves, that kind of stuff. And so over time, I have 4 vampire OCs written right now. Only 3 of them actually started that way when I made them. And then I have a timber pony, so a werewolf but a timber wolf, who that change is actually fairly recent, just a few months ago, that she was given the curse and now she goes werewolf every full moon.
Yeah. And in my case, okay, the design of Rocket Pop is very simple. I mean, I was just if we can show it, we can show that. But his design is very simple. And in the beginning, he has he has a more friendly, kind of melty kind of feel, if that makes any sense. You can literally see that he's made of literal candy, but he's kind of melting. But at one point in the story, I want him to realize that he can, be more brave and outgoing. So he goes from this melty but cute kind of character to a more firm, literally more complete character that loses his initial tail for a more colorful and short one. And once he's corrupted, in the sense of once he realizes what happened to him, and why he's not with his family anymore, he goes from this very colorful character into a more dull and just completely broken character. The thing is, literally, one side of his face in the corrupted version is literally split, broken. And half of his body is gone because, again, the concept of him being made of candy and being innocent and sweet, that plays into his story. And once he loses that, he literally loses part of himself. Yeah. And I don't know, just having that, that liberty to just do that with a character, I think that's just a very fun idea, and also just kind of just plays into the story even more. Would he survive? What would happen? Can he go back, or is he stuck like this? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. We should probably go on the next question, all right? We don't want to make this podcast boring, because,
No.
we're not boring podcast, all right?
Yeah, guys.
Right.
Yeah. We're not the let's talk about our pets type of podcast.
Yeah, and yeah, like I need a clip farm. I need to like, I don't know, burn a piece of like, I need to burn my house and turn it. That will get the shorts rolling. All right, next question. Okay, it's about like how would you like how is your style evolved over time, Nashi? Like, your art style.
My art style has gone places since I started. So, like most people, I started my my art adventure doing more show style, like proportions and in general, just much more simple. But then, as I've gone on, and I've been, doing studies and teaching myself things and how to learn with like how to like properly do anatomy and other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've just slowly evolved into a much more semi-realism style, if still more stylized. Because I've always liked the look of longer legs on the ponies, and since I did eventually want to get into doing anthro art, it would have just helped a lot more when transitioning in. I wouldn't say transitioning, I'd still do normal feral art too, but when learning anthro art, having the less super cartoony style was going to be very helpful. So just like over time, you can see my style getting more, I guess, elongated is a good word for it. More detailed, more like still stylized, but slowly getting less and less fully stylized as time goes on. And now we're where I am now, where just a couple months ago I did another adjustment in my style, specifically how I've been drawing faces and hair, because those were the things that were lagging behind a bit because I was so focused on like the body proportions.
Mm-hmm. Well, kind of a follow-up question, Nashi.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially nowadays, there's more stigma about like changing your art style, because a lot of people think that, if you're an artist, you should stick to just one art style. Why do you think nowadays a lot of people are like more against, either improving or changing their art style?
So, funnily enough, I haven't had any of that stuff turned towards me. And I've been very open about like my adventures with changing up my styles. Like anytime I make a change to my style, I'll actively like post the studies I've been doing, and people have been giving me nothing but support for it. But it might just be that maybe it's just the community I've built up around myself. But if I would say, like, if there is any artist who gets any kind of negative feedback for a style change, I would just assume it's because humans, we hate change.
Humans. Oh, yeah.
And people like just seeing the familiar, and that's all I can really think of.
Yeah.
But I really like, that's one thing I really want to get out there is like, as an artist, what what other people want to see should always be minimum priority, because it's your art, it's your creativity, it's your outlet. You should be able to draw what you want. If a few people are unhappy with that, then let them be unhappy with it. That's not your problem.
Yeah, and in my opinion, I mean, yeah, like you said, like people are sometimes, yeah.
As long as you're not hurting anyone, of course. Like if you suddenly have a very problematic art piece that you drew and people get mad about it, then that's your fault. But
yeah, but
yeah,
but like I'm a believer that if you don't change your art style, like at one point in your career as an artist, it can be, it doesn't matter if you're professional, amateur, or a hobbyist. If you don't change your art style at one point, I think you'll get stuck. Okay, you will never improve. Okay, yeah.
Obviously, no names will be named.
No. Of course not.
I've seen a few artists like that who have absolutely gotten stuck in a rut, and like their style, like the stuff they draw has basically remained the exact same for years, because they do fall into that trap of not changing up their style every once in a while. Like, it doesn't even have to be major. It can just be something as simple as like how you draw eyes differently, and then that can suddenly open you back up and be like, holy crap, I love art again.
Yeah, exactly. Like that happened to me, where I went from like drawing very skinny ponies and very skinny characters to more like chibi ones, like more chubby and chibi. And when I did that, a lot of people were like, what are you doing? Like, it doesn't even look like the same artist. And I'm like, well, I just wanted to do something different, trying to experiment. And I think that's just, the whole point of art is you can take risk. You can, yeah, sure, you don't have to, but taking risk is always the way to get something new, fresh, and guess what? Improve yourself as an artist. It doesn't matter what you want to do, like what's your end goal, professional or a hobbyist. If you want to improve, you need to take the leap of change.
Yeah. And the biggest piece of advice I will ever give to artists trying to improve, or just maybe someone isn't even an artist yet and they're like, oh, I want to learn. Especially if you're someone who is from the internet in the early 2010s, when for some reason there was this huge trend of you're not allowed to have a reference, you should draw everything on your own. No, that is a terrible idea.
Yeah, I was the victim of that.
Of course, don't trace anything. You're not going to learn anything like that. And if you post it anywhere, that's straight up theft. But if you want to figure out how to draw something, find a picture and try to draw it with just looking at it. Like, try to recreate it. There's a phrase that I heard a long time ago that I love a lot. It's called "steal like an artist." basically, like, no one's style is 100% unique. Your style is always going to be something taken by like 50 million people and then put together into a blender and mashed together, and that's your style. So it's perfectly okay to take inspiration from other artists. If you like how someone draws ears, you can draw ears that way. If you like how someone draws wings, you can draw wings that way, etc., etc. Just so long as you're not like 100% copying the other person's style one-to-one. Like, it's perfectly okay to take elements of a style you like and add it to yours.
Yeah, and also please don't reference from AI, please. Thank you.
Yes.
No, just don't use AI in general, alright?
Yes, do not use AI at all. I will find you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna drop any names, but someone actually said that, like, yeah, if you want to start drawing, like especially MLP, yeah, don't use references so like or like bases. No, go directly to AI, and I'm like,
Ugh.
no, no.
Sugarflake, I get it. I caught the ball with knowledge.
Yeah.
And like,
Oh yes. Yeah.
and not just because AI is terrible, but like you will never learn anything because it's always just like they're gonna be just like the most generic of generic stuff that it spits out at you anyway. Like, you want to learn actual poses, go find other artists, or even like I did a parkour piece about like 6 months ago, and I literally just put parkour in Google image search and found a photo of a lady that I liked and used her pose for the piece.
And besides, AI is literally taking all the drinking water. We're gonna have. Alright,
Yep.
it literally has benefited basically nothing. Almost nothing, alright?
Exactly.
Alright.
Yeah.
May have helped me
Yep.
for my homework for GCSE. That's it. Alright?
Yeah.
That's it.
Because remember, guys. Okay. Yeah, sure. AI can generate it, but you know, AI doesn't have creativity. So stay creative. Okay, please. Thank you.
Yes, perfect. That is the perfect way to say that.
Yeah. So.
Alright. Let's
Yeah.
next question.
I mean, yeah. Okay. I mean, this is an easy one. Nashi, how would someone start streaming? Either on YouTube or Twitch, or just if someone wants to be a streamer.
Okay, the first and biggest advice I will ever give to someone brand new, like doing YouTube videos or podcasts or streaming or anything like that, do not worry about spending like $1,000+ on getting like the best microphone, the best camera if you want to use an actual face cam, or if you want to be like a VTuber, don't get the model right away. Just get a PNG, like a really cheap PNG tuber. Get like spend as little as you can to just reach the line of bearable. Like, because one, you might just find out that it's not for you in the first place, so no harm, no foul. But two, YouTube and Twitch will take a long while before you start making any like actual money off of it. Like, I'm on year 4 of pony streaming, and I still only make like $100 a month from Twitch.
But it's still good.
Yeah, which is like, it's not terrible, but like if I had gone in like getting like $1,000 microphone, it literally would have taken until like year 3 before I even earned enough money just to pay for that. So yeah, don't worry about having the best everything. That can come later.
Yeah.
As long as your voice doesn't sound like a screwdriver going into someone's ear, you're going to get viewers.
Editing Twital here. Just to say that this recording was split into 2 parts because Sugarflake was actually recording the audio, but unfortunately Sugarflake had a blackout, and yeah, we had to reschedule, the next part. Also, I'm not in this one because I was really, really sick and I felt really unwell. And yeah, I apologize for that. Okay, bye.
Now,
don't chase trends. Like, if the fastest way to burn out is to do things that you're not interested in, be like playing a game or watching a show, whatever. Like, if you are just constantly trying to chase what's popular, chase what you think will get you numbers, that will absolutely make you hate streaming faster than anything else. So my biggest advice is always just do what you want. Don't worry about numbers. Don't worry about, oh, are people going to like this? Just do what you want, because people seeing you genuinely have a good time is what they're going to care about more, because otherwise you'll just be getting people who are coming to you just for the popular thing, and they'll likely leave afterwards. If you're just your genuine self and you're truly enjoying yourself, that's how you get people who will stay, and that's how streaming becomes less like a job or a chore and more just something that you want to do every day.
Mm-hmm.
And just because something's popular doesn't mean you have to avoid it like the plague. Like, if it's something that you do like legitimately want to play, like a good example is I did a few streams of Pocopio when that came out. Just like, it was, a massively anticipated game. It was being streamed a lot. It was very popular. But I've played Pokemon since I was 5 years old, so I really wanted to play it, so I still played it, even though it was like the big popular game, because it was still something that I legitimately wanted to play.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
there will always be overlap between like what's popular and what you want, but don't dictate what your decisions are purely on what's popular.
Yeah, I mean, that happened to me with animation. Yeah, because I got burned out with animation because back in the day, we had the idea of like doing each week a new animation meme, and the animation meme that was the most popular at the time, that's the thing that we would like replicate, and it just got so tiring. Like, once you do that for like 7 years straight, yeah, you start going a little bit crazy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I get what you're saying, and I think that's a good thing to to tell younger streamers or like newer streamers to just have fun, and please, 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 yeah, do not chase the bag. Okay, do it because you like it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then another piece of advice I would have is, I mean, I mentioned it before. I mentioned it in the last point, but don't worry about numbers. Don't pay attention to numbers. Like, in your Twitch dashboard, you can actually hide like your active viewer count on stream, because that is another way that you very much get burnt out quickly by constantly worrying like, oh, how many people are watching me, how like this that. And I've seen that mindset do some terrible things to people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for some reference, I've been pony streaming for about 4 years, but I've been streaming total for about 7. I decided to eventually go into pony because when I said don't chase what's popular, don't chase trends, I learned that the hard way, because instead of starting off streaming pony, which is the thing I actually liked or love in this case, I was like, everyone's being an anime styled VTuber, everything like that, and so that's what I originally became. And holy crap, that space is one of the most toxic spaces I have ever been in. Like, if you want an example of what like constantly worrying about numbers, what constantly like worrying about chasing trends and popularity does to a person, just look up any anime styled VTuber's social media.
Yeah.
It is a war zone.
No, yeah, exactly. I mean, I've seen some of the controversies, not because like of something bad, but just controversies over chasing the bag, chasing trends,
Yep.
and it gets crazy.
Yep. And like, and just if you're just being yourself, you're not worrying about numbers, like it's not growth above all, it's just like it's just focusing on having a good time and being yourself. That's really how you build up a nice positive community as well. Like, I hear my fellow streamers, sometimes pony, sometimes non-pony, like just talk about like how someone or a few people in their community are like being not great and stuff, or like they have a lot of experiences. Oh, jeez. A very important phone call just came in.
No, it's fine. It's fine. One moment, folks.
Sorry about that. I get a lot of calls from my doctor's office.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, wait. 1, 2, 3, and we're back. So, I mean, Nashi. Okay, now that we're in the topic of being yourself, to any young streamer, artist, or just even YouTuber, like up and coming YouTuber, would you say that being yourself is better than being a persona, or do you think the other way, like a persona is better than being yourself?
So it depends on the person. I typically find just being myself is like the best way to go the majority of the time, because like keeping up a persona is hard, it's stressful, because you constantly have to put on your stage mask every time you go on. Like some people are successful, like showing my age here, the angry video game nerd. Like,
oh yeah, like, no. Same here. I love the angry video game nerd.
Yeah, like he's a great example of how you can put on a persona and make good content, like good content that people love. But like,
is it bad that I thought for the longest time I thought that he wasn't a persona? I thought that was who he was. Ironically,
no, he's really good at it. Yeah. But like, in today's age, though, I would say, like, being yourself is absolutely the much better way to go, because as the internet's evolved, a lot of people have gotten like better at like pointing out their boundaries, I guess, when it comes to creators, so people have less tolerance to feeling lied to. So if you are going to be a persona, like, you need to make sure it's stated obviously, so people don't think that's the real you, and so when they meet you in real life, they don't have like that moment of, you're not who you said you were.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, okay, can I be honest, Nashi? I mean, yeah. I get what you're saying, but I'll be honest. The thing is, especially in the MLP community, I'm not saying that every single one, but a lot of ponytubers in the MLP community do have a persona, which is sad in the sense of, like, a lot of these people, they seem cool on their videos. And again, I'm not gonna say any names, but like, I've met like some of them, and some of them are actually pretty cool. Like, some of them are exactly how they are, But then you have others that are just like despicable. They're like, in their videos, they're like up, like having good points, being interesting, like loud and exciting. And in Cold, they're just like the most boring, standard. Like sometimes they don't even want to hear your opinion because it's like oh, that's not my view on that topic, so you're wrong and get out.
Like, and that actually brings up another good point about streaming or content creation in general is sometimes, like, one, it can just be like base personality traits. Sometimes some people just aren't ready for the limelight or some such, or a big thing is here in the States there's a phrase called going Hollywood, which is essentially someone gets praised for their skill or their videos or whatever just all the time, and they don't really have anyone, like any friends around them who will keep them grounded. And I have my girlfriend and a bunch of friends who are not afraid to tell me when I'm being wrong. So they keep me grounded and level, and sometimes some people who do get bigger don't have that kind of force for them, so they kind of are able to just go up and away into the clouds of their own ego, and it's always sad to see that happen.
Yeah. And I mean, for example, a lot of people actually thought that I was a persona. A lot of people back when I had 1,000 to 3,000 subs, even this happened even when I opened my Discord server. Some people have told me oh wow, you're actually the same as in your videos, and I'm like, yeah, how did you think I was gonna be? And they say, no, I thought that you were gonna be this malicious bad person because you're so nice in your videos. And I'm like, wait, what? No.
So I've gotten that too, where people are shocked that I act the same way on my in real life as I do on my streams.
Yeah. And I mean, the thing is I I don't blame those people. The thing is a lot of those people became people that I talk to every once in a while, and now they know that I'm not exactly this faker. I don't put a mask when I record or when I go in a VC, because the thing is I made sure of the channel and the OC just to be myself, okay? Because I was escaping the exact point that you're making. I put a persona. I tried to do I tried to be someone else, and well, in the beginning it worked. It really quickly got very old, okay? To the point that I couldn't talk to anyone without being this, the artist and animator that, needs to be a lot more strict and more, professional and this and that. I couldn't talk about anything. I couldn't draw anything else that wasn't either MLP or furry art. And to be honest, I mean, this is just me, but there was a point where I started to even hate myself, trying to be someone else. And I said, if I stop doing that, a lot of people are gonna just leave me and people are not gonna accept me, which that happened either way in 2021. But when I became Sugarflake, I was very happy and at the same time shocked that a lot of people told me no, you're funny, you're entertaining and this and that, and that boosted my confidence from me thinking that I had to be someone else to make friends, when in reality I just had to be myself.
And one thing I always love to say is if you have to be someone else to be their friend, they're not worth you being your friend.
Yeah. again, I actually knew that firsthand. Again, I'm not gonna say any names, but yeah, like I don't know. It's crazy how people put masks online. I mean, yeah, sure, like online you can be anyone. That like you can be anyone, and if you want to be someone else, sure, but it comes a point where you stop seeking, being someone else, and you want to be just yourself.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so again, now that we're in the topic of, like being yourself and, how that has impacted, both our lives, let's go with how did streaming or art impact your life?
So, art is something I've always wanted to do, but due to circumstances with my anxiety issues and stuff, I never really got started until the pandemic hit in 2012 or 2020.
2012, yeah. Yeah.
The 2012 was when I caught the pony plague.
Yeah, exactly. Same. Dab me up.
But yeah, 2020, when like everything was locked down and all that, I was just like, okay, screw it. This is gonna be when I finally do it. And I just sat myself down. I started teaching myself. I finally had a friend who is also an artist who is actually also happy to help me learn the very basics and stuff, which was really helpful. And sure, my anxiety when a piece didn't come out the way I wanted it to did spike, which was like the main problem. The main reason why I couldn't get into art before is because like I would draw something, it would turn out okay for the entry level beginner skill level. Then I'd draw another thing, it would turn out okay, and then I'd try another thing and it wouldn't turn out, and I'd have a massive panic attack and then not try again for the next year.
Yeah.
And that was the cycle until I finally broke it in 2020. And ever since then, it's just been so great to have an outlet for my thoughts, my ideas, my feelings. And when it comes to streaming, and I was able to start building up a community around me, because I was arting a little bit before I started streaming, but I was still in the beginning phases of that, so I didn't really have an art community around me yet. So most of my community came up through my streaming, and through my streaming I met some of the best friends that I have right now. I've never felt like more supported in my stuff, like because of my issues, like anxiety combined with autism combined with ADHD. So we have the anxiety, and then we have ADHD giving like the emotion floods, and then my autistic meltdowns. I've had to cut streams early a few times because my brain just decided to implode in on itself. But even during moments like that, my community has been super supportive of me and just encouraging and everything, and it's just been the absolute best. And despite everything happening in my country right now, stressing me the frick out, it's I have this little pocket of positivity that's able to actually keep me positive and happy.
Yeah, and at least in my case, beginning with art, because I've been, for those who don't know, I've been doing art for basically like 20 plus years. Like it's been something that I did ever since I was a kid, and I was, in a way, my parents saw that and they said, yeah, we need to, give you the opportunity to go to an actual good school, an art school. And I did that. And the thing is, nothing against art schools, like at all, because I know that there's like awesome ones out there, especially in Texas and Seattle and California. But at least the one that I was in, before moving to the US, it sucked because they needed you to be perfect. Everything needed to be perfect. And that mentality of perfection to a kid is something I really don't recommend,
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I did attempt taking a few art classes, one in high school and then one at the junior college, just idly. Both of those were horrendous and were only added to the anxiety I had around art for exactly what you said. For whatever reason, every art teacher, like professional art teacher in existence, falls under the category of art isn't about creativity, it's about doing things how I want you to do them. And I'm like, that's the exact opposite of what art should be.
Yeah, like a lot of my teachers were like that, except for 3, which, I mean, God bless their souls, but I was gonna say, okay, I had a teacher, like, imagine this, like, how you do paintings, right? A lot of people do the sketch first and then they paint. Yeah, that's not how I was taught painting. It was more like my teacher just said, yeah, just paint something. I want you to paint a mountain with a river and a forest. And I was like, okay, can I sketch it? No. You need to think about it and you need to, paint it by memory. Okay? And if something is wrong, they would like break they would literally like take the canvas and break it in front of you.
Oh,
which sucked.
It's like so many art teachers fall into the trap of trying to like live vicariously through their students. So like they're trying to teach everyone into being like a classical Renaissance painter or something.
Yeah, when in reality that's not what art is. And the thing is, like, it's sad that I had to realize this very late in my life, and even nowadays I still struggle with a little bit of that perfectionism. But guys, to any artist, up-and-coming artist, young artist, or just anyone that wants to make it as a hobby, don't focus on being perfect, because I'm sorry, no one is perfect, but at the same time you cannot be perfect in your art. Okay, just
chasing perfection is the ultimate way to hate your art.
Yeah, just try and have fun, and especially just try and be creative. That's where, that's why I said in like my newest videos, like that's why I changed my outro. I said like stay creative, because it took me a long time to realize that, like art is not something to, like same thing with streaming. You don't chase the trends in art. You don't do that because you'll get burned, and even if you don't get burned, you'll get hurt if if your art piece is not up to par. And I mean, I'm glad that, the thing is, like, even in real life, because I say this to artists online, but like in real life, I had the opportunity to go to an art college, and I tell a lot of kids like, hey, a lot of people are gonna say you need to be perfect, okay? I tell you, just be you, okay? And they initially laughed at me, but the more that I talked and the more that I said like my experiences with art, they actually began to realize, oh wow, they're like, that I had, like, this person has a point. And it culminated with, which I'm gonna show in the chat, it culminated with this art piece, which I did live at that event, which I think you know, captures everything that I was saying.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And again, and same thing goes with content creating. Content creating to me has impacted my life like in more ways than one. But aside of, because I could say, oh, I got to meet a lot of people, and I mean, I'm grateful for the people that I met. The thing that really changed my life with content creating was that I got a confidence in my voice. Because before that, I hated my voice. I hated how I sounded. I thought that people would never care about my voice. And once I started doing commentary, I was surprised that a lot of people actually liked my voice or told me like, oh, wait, where are you from? Because I like your accent. And, as someone that had like 18 years of their life telling them, your voice sucks. Nobody's gonna like you because of your voice. Like, change it. Don't speak. Don't talk. That was something that really changed my life. And it connected me with more people. And if I'm honest, I don't know where I would be nowadays if I didn't just start making commentary videos. Yeah.
Man, as someone who's trans femme, I absolutely understand the worry about the voice. But then, I could say that's another thing streaming did for me. It actually made me happy with myself because I like almost can't go a stream that has like a new person in my chat without them saying that that they like my voice or they find it adorable or pretty or something, and I'm just like, thank you. You don't know how much that actually means to me.
Yeah. And well, the thing is like, especially when I found out about you, because the thing is like, yeah, when I found out about like your art and everything, I was like, oh my god, like this is actually good. And there was one point where I really wanted my art style to, to be almost like yours. But then I was because fun fact, despite me being in the MLP art community since 2014, my ponies always looked kind of weird. They always looked skinny or like very, very heavy on the nose, like very long nose. And I think that was, that was a problem with, going from furry arts, specifically drawing like wolves and foxes and like very big nosed, animals to ponies. And yeah. So when I saw your art in 2022, I was like, I want my art to look like that. I want my proportions to be like that. So I started, actually going back and drawing.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Yeah, and I can say with confidence that I'm more confident with how my ponies look nowadays, and I'm just confident in my art as a whole. And again, people, for any artists out there, people, a lot of the time, the opinion of people, random people don't matter. The people who actually matter in your life are your family. If you're close with one of your teachers and like you're friends with them, that's another one, and you're very close friends. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So okay. Question, Nashi. I mean, you've been streaming for a long time, right? So can you tell me any pros and cons of like being a streamer as a whole?
So, pros and cons for being a streamer as a whole. I'll start with the cons first, just because they're honestly a little bit lighter for me. Maybe it's because I stuck to Pony and our community is amazing as a whole, or other stuff, but like, I haven't had too many cons with streaming. Like, of course, there's going to be like the general cons of being someone who's like in the public eye. Like you have to be so careful with everything. Like the reason why I'm a VTuber / PNG tuber is because I absolutely do not want to show my face online. Because, like, of course, it's extremely rare when it does happen, but it can happen, especially with, AI bullshittery around now.
Yeah.
You really don't want your face online. Like, I'd say again, this is another con that I've mostly avoided, but it does still happen, is dealing with parasocial people.
Oh God, don't! Oh my God,
Yeah.
I have a story, but
luckily-
you go first. Yeah.
Okay. Luckily, I've been able to avoid it for the most part, because one big problem with being someone online, especially if you are a woman online, you get people who very easily go, they responded to my comments on stream, or like I've been subbed to them for ages, and they thank me every time, and they said they appreciate it. That means they love me.
No, no, that's not how that works.
Yeah, luckily I've been able to avoid most of that side of parasociality, because aside from having the lesbian tag on my Twitch, I'm very open about the fact that I'm not only a lesbian, but I'm taken. And so that's kept a lot of people from falling into the trap or that trap of parasociality. But I still have had to deal with the occasional person who, instead of going the I love them route, goes the they're my friend route, and they start treating me like a friend. And I like, when dealing with that though, look, like, all you need to do is be gentle. Like, don't like word it in a way that makes you sound like you're mad at them, or like don't insult them or anything, because that'll just quickly lead into a mess. Just say like, hey, I'm flattered that you see me as a friend, but I've never really actually talked to you, so yada yada yada.
Yeah.
And like, as long as like you're gentle, as long as they're someone who's reasonable and not a certain type of person who thinks that they are entitled to you as a person for whatever reason, like it usually ends up fine. Like, I've never like I said, I've dealt with it a few times, but I've never had to like ban anyone from my server or chat or anything for it, because I've always been able to talk them down gently, and they're still active in my community now, and have since gotten like, better acquainted. But yeah, sometimes people just need to be told, no, we're not friends. And I'd say the third biggest con, and this isn't streaming adjacent, this is literally just like being a public figure in general, be it a YouTuber, a streamer, an artist, an animator. Like, if you're anyone that has a group of people attention on them, this is just going to happen. It doesn't matter what community you're in, because honestly, a lot of this comes from people who aren't even in the community you're working with, and are usually just some unhappy dickhead who decides to like come around and try to make everyone else just as unhappy with life as they are. like this only happens once in a blue moon, but like because I have the LGBTQIA tags, lesbian tag, trans tag, I do like I'd say probably once every 6 months have like that dude who comes off of 4chan and is like, I'm gonna be a dickhead to minorities today.
Oh my god.
And so comes into my chat and either just says a slur or because if they're uncreative, or I have had like the creative person every once in a while come in and like send in an entire paragraph rant, like bigoted rant on in my chat too. But I have quickly learned, don't like, they're just trying to get a rise out of you so they can make fun of you because yeah. So I just, if I see anything like that happen, I'll just like, usually my mods are really good and just delete it right away on their own, but like say if they're busy or something, I'll DM a mod and have them delete it if I'm doing something or that makes it hard for me to go in and ban them myself, or I'll just quietly ban them myself. I just do not acknowledge them. I just ban them without even responding.
Yeah.
Because it's making me angry, it's making me upset, it's making me scared, etc., is what they're after. So if I don't give it to them, it only makes them angrier.
Yeah, exactly. And I was gonna say, like, on the topic of being a public figure, again, when you're either a YouTuber, a streamer, like any content creator as a whole, if you cannot, this is the thing, a lot of people don't realize that, you know, to be, and I'm not saying this is a thing that you need to do, but you need to take this into account if you become somewhat well known, is that people, once you get your voice out there or just yourself out there, people, you know, will just, you know, attach to you. And if you cannot take the criticism or the, you know, like maybe sometimes the weird comments or weird things, then yeah, you're probably not made for this.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, like, on the topic of parasociality, okay, as Sugarflake, I've only had one experience with parasociality. There was one time someone DM'd me on Discord and they said, hey, like, you know, I know you. And I'm like, oh, you know, like, I was like, oh, you know me from YouTube or something like that. And they were like, no, yeah, but like, I know, you know, who you are and this and that. And I'm like, well, yeah, but like, they started saying that they knew me on a personal level, which no, this person just knew the things that I said on either my community post or on YouTube, okay? And they thought that they were gonna be like friends and like they could have like a relationship with me, and I'm like, whoa, buddy, come on. It got weird. Yeah. But that's the only major experience I had with at Sugarflake, because sadly, and oh my god, you're gonna think I'm crazy for doing this, but I mean, when I was younger, granted, I was 12, I met one of my old online friends out of parasociality, because yeah, they had a you know, like an obsession with me back in the day, and the thing is, again, I was a kid, so you can blame me or you cannot blame me for this, but I DM'd them on Google Plus, for anyone that remembers Google Plus.
Oh man, Google Plus.
Yeah, and I said, hi, I know that you know, like my art and my animations, like, do you want to be friends? And they said, yeah. And the weird thing is, like, that's the least weird experience that I had with parasociality, because it actually sparked a friendship. Well, yeah, like a friendship that lasted like 9 something years. But yeah, like, okay, I'll say this, parasociality is a bad thing, because sadly, which fortunately, this is not something that's happening nowadays, but sadly, I had a bad experience with a stalker for 4 years of my life.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. And the thing is, oh my god, because the thing is, like, it started, normal. Like, I'm not gonna say it, like, because the thing is, this person, not only, the thing that made it so creepy is that this person not only was, at the time, a 27-year-old man stalking basically a 17 to 19-year-old kid.
Jesus freak.
But also, like, it started normal, like, some DMs on DeviantArt, and like, I love your art, and I love this, and I love that, and I'm like, okay, like, and then it evolved into, like, into like them being on my streams on YouTube, and then like commissioning me almost every single week, which, I mean, it's both good and bad because I made money, but bad because, I was dealing with that person. And the thing that really just exploded was that I actually met my stalker on VidCon 2018.
Oh no.
And it's so weird because, I mean, I was with a group of friends, so again, I wasn't alone, but oh my god, that convention was so weird because, like, we were on just having lunch on this, like, on the like a lunch just on the sidewalk on the event, near the place that the event was going on. And then this big, like, man comes and says, like, hey, are you like, I'm not gonna say my old name, but just imagine that Sugarflake is my old name. So, are you Sugarflake? And I'm like, yeah, because I thought that they were like a fan, right? I mean, it wasn't weird for people to approach like me or like one of my friends and telling us, like, hey, are you like Sugarflake, or are you this? And us being like, yeah, we are this, or we're like animators or artists. So it wasn't weird. And then this guy touches my hand, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? And then and then he says, I've been following you for a long time, and I think I really, really like you, and I really, really like your content. And the thing is, it's so funny because how I reacted, kind of valid. I just said, okay, can you like, can I give you something? Just let go of my hand. And then I gave him something, and I ran. I sprinted. And my friends...
You pulled an Atlas.
Yeah, and my friends actually, for the rest of the convention, actually they were, like, keeping me, like, being bodyguards for me. They were saying, like, okay, move. This guy is coming. Move. Yeah, but, like, it's... Parasociality is both incredibly weird from a psychology standpoint, because not just because you support someone, like either on their content or via like
just
commissions.
Supporting someone, yes, just supporting someone does not equate parasociality. Like, you can like their stuff, you can like what they make, you can want to support them. That's fine. It turns into parasociality once you start believing they're your friend without any confirmation.
Yeah, exactly. But I was gonna say, like, yeah, not just because you like my content and you support my content, or you like, you commission me a lot, doesn't mean we're friends, okay? And it doesn't mean that you have the right to assume and just, either assume or just go everywhere and saying, oh, like, I'm friends with, Sugarflake or Nashi. Because, again, parasociality can really boil down to, something that is like, weird but harmless at the end of the day, to borderline stalking. And again, I know it firsthand, and it's not fun, okay? And I don't wish that on anyone, because really, 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 it's really uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But question, Nashi, have you had any stalkers at all?
Luckily I can say I have not.
Oh, thank God. Yeah.
Which is probably, again, attuned to the fact that I am constantly very out and open that I'm in a relationship. So like it probably keeps, and also I'm a lesbian. So it probably keeps like like again, like there are absolutely women who become parasocial and stalkers as well, but
Yeah. I was gonna say,
but it's sadly a lot more common for men to have it happen to them, and that's just because of the way our society has affected psychology, and I hate it. But
yeah.
but yeah, the fact that I constantly say that I'm taken and I'm lesbian, like I'm very open about my sexuality and my relationship status, that that's probably what has protected me from experiencing something like that, because like it'll probably keep the guys who may fall into that horrible trap out of it.
Yeah. And again, I was gonna say like, I was gonna say like, because you said that, now a lot of girls are just gonna stalk you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which okay. Hopefully that doesn't happen. That's just that's just a joke. No. But what I mean by that, no, you have good points, and that's something I didn't do back in the day. Okay, granted, I wasn't in a relationship, so yeah, I was single. Okay, but I didn't establish, like. I don't know, because the thing is, like, even back in the day, like, okay, I get that more now, but even back in the day, a lot of people don't know. Like, a lot of people assume that I'm either a very feminine guy or a trans person, and I'm like, no. Like, I am a male that just has a very high pitched voice. Okay. Also, I'm not a girl. Okay. But like even back in the day, like, and the thing is, like, well, again, I have this effect on men nowadays, but like on back in the day, it was both girls and guys. So yeah, it was kind of weird, when someone said like, oh, you want to be my girlfriend, and I'm like, I'm a guy. Oh, then my boyfriend. I'm like, no.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, parasociality can not. I mean, it doesn't even have to be supporting someone or just like assuming someone is like your friend. Sadly, I had one friend, which fortunately we are not friends anymore, that had a parasocial obsession with a fictional OC from another artist.
Oh jeez.
Yes.
I've seen that happen before. Like,
oh my god.
I'm in multiple communities, even though Pony's the only thing I'm actually a creator in, and I've seen that happen so many times everywhere.
Yeah. And the thing is, it was weird because, I mean, it went from love to hate to jealousy, back to love, back to hate. It was weird. Yeah.
While we've been talking about parasociality, I actually thought about one thing from the previous section that I actually forgot to mention. That I really want to give advice to anyone who wants to be a content creator of any kind. Especially if you're going to have something like a Discord server, so your viewers can follow you, is if you want to create a community that is nice to be in, doesn't end up turning toxic, because that's a problem that a few people I know have had. Like, they've literally had to run from their own community and start over. And this also ties into the be yourself, because if you're just yourself, you'll attract the kind of people who, like you for yourself. But yeah, like, I have a system of what I like to call firm kindness. So I have a one strike rule with all of the rules in my Discord and my Twitch stream and everywhere else like that, has rules in it, like, the usual rules, like don't be a bigot, be nice to people, don't spam, yada yada yada, all the basic rules. I have a one strike rule where you get one warning per rule, where if you break that rule, I'll give you a warning and you can still continue on. If you break that rule a second time, you're out, and that goes for every rule, because I like to believe that people can get better, and I want to get them a second chance, so I'm not just going to immediately drop the ban hammer and turn my server into a police state where everyone's afraid to say anything.
The dictator Nashi.
Yeah, but with the one exception to that, because I specifically want because like, again, I'm neurodivergent, I'm under like 3 different letters of the LGBTQIA banner. I'm basically legally disabled because of, not physically, but because of all the fuckiness that's going on in my head. I am someone who has been through a lot, and so I know what it's like for people who need like a safe space to be but don't have it, and I want to be able to create one of those safe spaces for people. And so the only rule that I do not give a warning on, and I immediately ban people for, is the number 1 rule: if you use a slur, you're out. You're not welcome here, because if you're someone who uses that kind of language, you're likely not going to change anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's led to me being like, having like just like this really nice community that everyone is shockingly supportive of everyone else. And so like, I guess like the best way to say it is be the example of what you want your community to be.
Yeah, exactly. Which,
because like, like, even if it's not like a problematic picture on its own, I still try to avoid any art with, like, say, like the Annan family, or like anything with what's that stupid character's name? The Trixie Twilight wannabe from Tamers.
Oh my god, I'll be honest, I don't know the name. I know the design.
I try to keep that stuff away from me as well. Like, it's not a rule. I'm not going to get anyone in trouble, like, for, like, as long as the image itself isn't problematic, I'm not going to, like, get them, and I'm not going to get after them for posting it, but I'm never going to post that stuff myself, because it makes me uncomfortable, just because of the connection to stuff those characters have.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I guess the big takeaway is just set yourself as like the golden example for what you want your community to follow. If you're uncomfortable with something, make sure that the community doesn't get comfortable with that thing. Is basically what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, I'm glad to say that my community, I mean, at least the people that I've met through my Discord, I mean, a lot of them, they're just like, you know, they want to have fun, they want to talk about background ponies, or a game, or just anything. It doesn't even have to be MLP related. They just want to talk, they want to socialize. And, you know, like, for everyone that, you know, either comes from my channel to this podcast, or just my Discord server, like, if you know me first, I appreciate you and thank you for being normal. And that goes through, of course, like Blue's community and Twital's community, and even Nashi's community, you know. But yeah, exactly. Be the prime example of what you want your community to be. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah. So our final question is, what good and bad experiences you've had in the art/streaming or MLP community as a whole?
So I'm also realizing I didn't actually say any of the pros of streaming.
Oh my god! Okay, let's go over that, please. Sorry.
So yeah, let's do that first so people don't get scared away. So one of my first major pros of streaming is, holy frick, the confidence boost it gave me. Like I am someone who has had not the best experiences in life, and that left me like being just absolutely not confident about myself, absolutely afraid. I was basically season 1 Fluttershy as just a perfect example of how I used to be.
Yeah, same here.
Like, and now I'm season 9 Fluttershy, yay! But yeah, it's a big confidence boost. Just like having people, compliment me, or just showing up in general and going like, yeah, I don't have the biggest numbers in the world, but like the fact that like, oh hey, these like 24 to 30 people show up to my streams regularly because they like me, like that's a huge confidence booster. And even back in the day when I was only getting like 3, 4, 5 people per stream, it was still nice because it's still like, oh hey, there's these people who don't know who you are, but they like you enough to stick around. Like, it's a good feeling, like even if it's just like a handful of people. And then, yeah, like how I mentioned with my community, like if you're able to curate your community into, being nice and not toxic, and like you will get so much just like support and kindness, and holy crap, it's a really amazing feeling. Like, but yeah, so yeah, like that's the main big pro. But then I'd say another pro, like it's very specific to me mostly because I'm an art streamer, but for the most part I do play games sometimes, but because of my ADHD, I can of course I will also zero in and hyper focus to the point where I've started working on an art piece at like 3 p.m, and then like I finished it and it felt like I had only been working for like an hour or two, but then I look in the clock and it's like 1 a.m.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
And I've completely forgotten to eat lunch and dinner. Like that happens often, but in the times it doesn't happen, I'll be like, so I usually listen to music, but sometimes I like to listen to YouTube videos in the background as well. And say like a video I'm currently listening to is done, I will be, looking for the next one. And then I see something that looks interesting to me, and now I'm on an ADHD side quest that lasts for like a half an hour as I keep going through these videos.
Oh my god.
And streaming, because of course all I can listen to is music, because I actively did this as a personal choice. I don't sound capture like my media player specifically. I have my entire computer like sound captured, like my desktop sound captured, because like Discord has the streamer mode, so even if I did have the boops on, which I don't because sensory nightmare, but even if I did have those on, like I wouldn't be getting those, and that keeps me focused because all I can have on is my music. And so I can't go on that YouTube side quest. So despite having to stop like every 5 to 10 minutes to look at chat to respond to something, I still like overall like get into a better workflow on stream because I don't have that chance of taking a side quest. And so that's another thing that's a big pro, I would say, for me.
Yeah, and I mean the side quest also goes to me. I mean, okay, it's not that like super like the same way as you, but I do get sometimes into side quests over like when I'm editing videos, which is not the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like the thing is like I like that I go like, okay, I just need to, edit a little bit more of my video, and I'll edit in like an hour, and I see my clock. Oh, I've been editing for 8 hours straight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I get the feeling, but yeah, I mean, in my case, I think to move on to the next point fairly quickly. I mean, it's just like to me, it's just like content creating is fun, and it should always be fun and not a hassle to do. So I guess just the thing that I would say is. I like it because I have fun. I like it because there's people who listen to my opinions and they find it interesting or amusing. And yeah, I think that's a good feeling to have.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So okay, now let's actually go. Let's actually move on to the final one.
Yes.
Okay. What good or bad experiences you've had in the art/streaming/MLP community?
So, I'll start off with the bad because I only have one really notably bad experience personally. And so I'm obviously not going to name names.
Yeah.
Especially not with this person. Even though they're not really in the community anymore anyway, they kind of been, ran out of town, torch and pitchfork style. But they were someone who ironically are actually a great example of what can happen to someone if all you care about is numbers. They were someone obsessed with numbers. They were someone just always everything I do has to be about getting bigger. And so they kind of glommed onto a lot of people, but the quote unquote friendships they formed were very one-sided, made people feel like we were their friend, but in reality they didn't really give a crap about us. The moment that we stopped being, a honey jar for them, we were out. And yeah, that kind of fucked me up for a while when my turn came around. But ironically, through that experience, I actually have one of my best experiences at being a content creator, because once they tossed me away, I was able to reconnect with other people that I had fallen out of communication with because of them. And we were able to make up and rebuild our bridges, and just that's been really nice. And through one of those friends, I've met even more and more people in the community who the actual content creator space of all kinds who are wonderful. Again, I'm not going to name names, not for privacy this time, because they're all wonderful and amazing, but I just don't want to make it look like I'm name dropping to sound impressive or anything, because see, these people may be content creators, many of them bigger than me, but I don't want it to look like I'm just friends with them because they're big or anything, because that is absolutely not true. I'm friends with them for them, and they are my friends first, content creators 20th. So yeah, I'm not going to name any names, but I've met so many wonderful people after that person dropped me and I was reconnecting, and it's just been wonderful ever since. Of course, there's still been bumps, the usual bumps and bruises for being in person, but being a public person, but still just been amazing. And yeah, that's definite. Like, it's funny how like my worst and my best experiences being a creator are literally one caused by the other. But yeah,
Yeah, and like again, I was gonna say while you're thinking, like, if you have any other situation that you want to share, just think about it, because I mean, in my case, I don't know, it's just like okay, I'll say this. Yeah, I've had my fair share of horrible, bad experiences in the MLP community. I mean, I would be lying if I said no, this community is actually perfect, because it isn't. Okay, I mean, I've had people stealing my art. I've had people like trying to steal videos of me. I've had the bad experience of people like, not gonna say any names, a big content creator, okay, saying like, yeah, who are you? And like, no, like that's not that's not true, because like you're a nobody. You only have like, at the time I only had like close to 6K, and basically just being like, your opinion doesn't have any value because you don't have a lot of followers, and that sucks, especially because if they're a big content creator, a lot of people are gonna see that, and they're gonna think that that's okay to do, which it's not. And I always said, the most fun of any community is to hear everyone else's opinion, okay, and takes. And I think that's why I like, whenever I mean, like in a live stream or a call, and like I cannot agree with one of my friends, I always say like, not just because we cannot agree on this, we're gonna hate each other, because it's not, but yeah, again, that's just like the surface, because I've had people like lie to me. I had people like, I thought that like I had some like friends in this community, and then they just leave me because it's not easy to be my friend anymore, or like, yeah, I've had bad experiences. But
yeah,
on the other hand, I've also met a bunch of kind, amazing, accepting people, okay, now and back in the day. I mean, back in the day, the community specifically was more, and this is gonna be a hot take for a lot of people, but it was more united, if that makes any sense. It really didn't matter about views or numbers. It really just mattered about, hey, do you want to like, talk or collab, or do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? Okay, something that, I mean, well, you can still do nowadays. It's less accepted in the MLP community nowadays. Yeah.
So one thing I want to say about that is, I'm going to say that's less this community and more the internet as a whole.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. And like
the furry fandom.
Yeah, and like the furry fandom. Oh God, the nightmare of the anime VTuber community.
Yeah. Oh God, the worst
like,
cats community.
But yeah, like it's just because of everything, like capitalism dying, and like AI is taking over, and all this freaking, like, the world is not a happy place to live in right now, and so people are just angry and anxious and kind of desperate, honestly, and so it turns stuff that should be fun into things people are gonna naturally like try and take like a lot more seriously, because honestly, like, being a content creator at this point is weirdly like one of the less terrifying jobs to get into, because a robot is not going to suddenly come in and get you fired. So it's I'd say it's less our community and more a tide change in the world as a whole.
Yeah. And I don't know. It's just like maybe I miss the more, again, this is probably just me. This is probably more like the things that I've experienced and how like I saw it back in the day. But like I truly believe that back in the day it was more like the MLP community was more like a community instead of being, like, oh, this sucks, or like, oh, your opinion doesn't matter, like this and that. It was less that, and it was more like, hey guys, so this scored. Like, is he an actual creature? Was he made by Star Soul? Like, that's the thing. Yeah. And again, I've met a lot of great people in this community, great friends. It got me the opportunity to be in this podcast, talking to you, and it got me in contact with Blue Bro and Twital and so many more. Okay, and I don't know that, and the fact that, for example, back in the day, I had the privilege, because that's what it is. It was a privilege to work with, sometimes even the biggest MLP animators of the time, which I loved, even if I was just, there to add like smoother frames or just do a little bit, like a tiny part in the animation. I was just happy to do it. I was a kid.
And I think that's also like a thing too. A lot of us were, younger, 12 years ago. So I think like as we get older, it's harder to not fall into the trap of I need to take this super seriously. But also, there's the other problem of we have new people coming in who grew up watching self-entitled influencers, now old enough to start making content.
Yeah.
So I like to say, it's all a mess.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And talking about young, like new people, the thing is, like, I love when new people come into the MLP community, but
absolutely.
Yeah, but like something I do need to say that I hate about like newer fans that come like into the community is that, because they're like, a lot of them, I'm not saying all of them, I'm saying like the grand majority of them, they're watching like, like people that either they have not the best things to say. Again, I'm not gonna say names, I'm not gonna say anyone, but like even back in the day and like nowadays, a lot of people are still being influenced by a lot of pony tours to and like to not respect, to not talk about like interesting things. It's like the same thing, like Derpy is the best pony, like for example, one time I shared as a joke, but like as a joke that wasn't really that much of a joke because I actually like the ship, but I shared a art of this Cortex Luna because I thought it was gonna be funny, plus I like the ship, and a lot of people actually told me to take it down because it was disgusting, because it wasn't canon, because the only good ships are canon ships. And I'm like, whoa, like
don't mess with the ship community, my god.
No, but the thing is like, and I've said this in a lot of my videos, and like shockingly, I more than 3 videos at this point. You can have your ships. I really don't care. I really don't mind. A lot of my friends like ships that I don't like, okay? And that's fine. But it's when you can't respect someone else's ship or opinion, or just, hell, if it's just a joke, that's where, I cannot stand it. Or that's where it crossed the line.
Which is shocking to me that, like, that happened to you, because like I know, like, of course, like the worst people are the smallest group of any group of people, no matter what.
Mhm.
But so I am very open about the fact that I ship Twice Shy.
Hey, hey, I don't mind it. I really don't
Yeah.
mind it.
But yeah, and I shockingly have not gotten one of those people. Like, maybe it's because of the community I've built up scares them away, like putting garlic up to frighten away a vampire. but like, shockingly, like, I was prepared to get at least one person like bitching about me that I need to draw Fluttershy with Discord or something, but no, I haven't got any of them, and that shocks me actually.
Yeah, like, and like compare that to, for example, me, where I said, yeah, I like a Rari Jack, and immediately there were a lot of people saying, oh no, that ship is like, it's not canon, that's not true, like Apple Dash is the only canon. And I'm like, brother, in the video I even said, like, I don't mind the ship, I just personally I don't like it. I'd like a Rari Jack better. But then a lot of people said, no, you're biased, and I'm like, brother.
Actually, I think I know what the difference here is. This isn't really necessarily an overarching fandom problem. It's a YouTube problem. People do not shut up in YouTube comments.
Oh my god. Hey, YouTube, here's a book I need you to read. It's called Learn How to Shut the Fuck Up.
Yes, exactly. Like, I have seen horrors in YouTube comment sections that I do not see anywhere else.
I was gonna say, not even on Twitter. Like, you would expect this on Twitter. Weirdly, on Twitter, I never had anyone criticize me because of my ships. Ironically.
Like, Twitter is absolutely a toxic, noxious, horrible, freaking radioactive swamp.
Big
but,
yes.
But weirdly, YouTube comment sections just randomly have these, like, nukes that just drop on your head every once in a while.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. Yeah, but I don't know. It's weird, but yeah, I mean, it has happened to me a lot. And not only with ships, like, even with characters. Canon, background ponies, I don't care. Like, it has happened to me multiple times. Now, granted, in spaces. Like, it did, like, something would happen, like, in a month, and maybe 2 to 3 months later, it would happen again. It's not something consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, but that's kind of crazy when you think about it.
Yeah.
Because
again, like, I'm mostly focused on Discord and Twitch and Blue Sky, and so, like, I have not had, like, even one person, like, even say, like they're not a fan of the ship, like, politely. Like, I've just never gotten anyone in my comments anywhere, like, disparaging the ships I like, which is just so nice, but also so weird when you know there's, like, some hardcore shippers out there who will absolutely fuck your shit the moment they get a hint of anything.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you don't have any Blue Sky nightmare stories for us.
Yeah, no, because
okay.
like, so I ran away. I fully left Twitter because of the fucking AI scraping your images.
Oh yeah, that sucks. That sucks.
But like I was already, like, on the fence. I was mostly gone from Twitter anyway. I was just, like, posting my art and leaving because of just how horrible Twitter tends to be, especially someone like me who dare put their preferred pronouns and the fact that they're trans and gay on their profile.
Which just sucks. I mean, again, you can have your beliefs, you can have everything else, but come on, if you cannot accept the fact that I go by they, them, okay, and that I'm pan and ace or gay or whatever, brother, go outside, get your Wi-Fi just ripped off, go touch some grass and get some help, okay? It's 2026.
That reminds me of a great short of. So there are two groups of people. One where their pronouns mean a lot to them, and another where they don't mean anything to them and they don't understand it. But take that second group and call it a clip instead of a magazine and see how much words suddenly mean or suddenly matter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, it's sad when, that people, even to this day, are still, okay, I'll say this. It has gotten better, well, depending on where you live, actually. But it has gotten better, but there's still that, like, that percentage of people that, they,
Yeah.
don't care, or like they don't respect, like us in the
Yeah.
LGBTQ space, and which sucks. Again, it really sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, but luckily, one thing I've been able to keep solace with is I have to keep reminding myself these people may be screaming into 3 stacked megaphones, but they have to scream and cry and be loud because they are very much in a minority that is shrinking.
Yeah, exactly. So, the thing is, like, we're gonna continue being us, because we love being us, and
Yep.
you can still just keep screaming, keep telling us those, like those things, because guess what? Like, we don't care. We just love being ourselves.
Yeah, like it's funny, like getting slurred at or insulted for me. Like again, this is typically just like some rando 4chaner who comes onto my stream, like because they're specifically searching for like minority tags for people to harass before they got their account deleted for the 50 millionth time, and like I don't even get really upset by it anymore. I more take it in stride and am more amused by it because I know one fact, and that this fact will never change. I am a much happier person than they are.
Exactly. Same here. I used to react angrily when someone insulted me, especially for who I was. But like, I don't do that anymore because what you said, I'm probably happier than they are.
Yep.
Yeah. But with that, do you have any other good or bad experiences?
Let's see. More good experiences in the creator space specifically would be see, again, I already mentioned that I met so many wonderful people. I would say is just, well, the encouragement, like how much I've been encouraged to just keep going, and like my art, I honestly don't think would have advanced this far without the community. Because like I'm friends with other artists who, like, we pass critiques back and forth, go like, oh, I think it would look better if you did this, or like actual constructive criticism, and through that, my anatomy, especially with anthro pieces, has skyrocketed lately, and like just in the past couple months, like in late July, because of like this confidence boost I have, I started really studying how to draw faces and mains better. Like if you go back just like to early July or June, and then compare to one of the pieces I just finished the other day, like it honestly astounds me how much my studying in just a month changed my art. But I wouldn't have had the courage to do stuff like that if it wasn't for my fellow creators or the people who follow me. I honestly owe a lot of people a lot, just from how much they've given me.
Yeah, and I mean, in my case, yeah, same thing with like, if it wasn't for not only the art community, like not even the just MLP art community, just the art community as a whole, and the MLP community, I don't think my art or like what I do now would be at this, how I do it nowadays at this scale. With my character skills, with some of the jokes that I do. Yeah, no, and for that, I will always be grateful. And, same thing goes with my character designs, which, again, if it wasn't for you, Nashi, I don't think I would have stepped up my character designs.
Aww.
And that's genuine, because, again,
That's sweet.
Your character designs was, like, the thing that I was like, yeah, I need to, get better at this. And yeah, no, it's just like, at least for me, you're like a very big inspiration, okay, with my art.
Aw, that means a lot to me.
Yeah, but and my confidence, I remember my confidence boost like elevated when you did a fan art of me. Again, here it is, it's going to be on this screen, but yeah, like this.
Yeah, apologies guys. Turns out my editing software can't handle stuff over 2 hours, and look, here's Sugarflake.
Hi.
Alright, see you next episode. Bye. Sorry for all this. Bye. Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Good riddance.